Hello, this is Fran's Fresh Start in Chiang Mai. Today, today's topic is about the hidden healing power of Chiang Mai. Some people come to Chiang Mai for the temples. Some come for the mountains, the food, the culture, or the affordable lifestyle. But after living here for more than 2 years and meeting hundreds of people from around the world, I realized something much deeper. Many people don't simply come to Chiang Mai to live. They come here carrying something deeper. After burnout, grief, loneliness, end of a relationship, the loss of career, or a sense of purpose. Memories from military service, a structure with alcohol or addiction, or simply the quiet realization that life that they were living no longer felt like their own. And somehow, here in the northern part of Thai city, surrounded by mountains, temples, nature, and people, beginning again. Many of us finally find enough space to breathe. So today I want to explore a question I've thought about many times. Why do so many people come to Chiang Mai when they are searching for a fresh start? And can a place really help us heal? So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Fran's Fresh Start in Chiang Mai. If you're new here, my name is Fran. On this channel, I share my journey of building a new life here in the beautiful province of Chiang Mai, Thailand. When I first started this channel, I thought I would mostly talk about cafes, temples, food, condos, travel, and the cost of living. And I still enjoy sharing those things. But over time, this channel has become about something much deeper. It has become about community, belonging, personal growth, and what it really means to begin again. When I moved to Chiang Mai just over 2 years ago, I thought I was moving to a beautiful and affordable city. But after meeting so many people through my YouTube channel, my weekly community discussions, and my Sunday sunset walks, church, pickleball, and countless unexpected conversations, I discovered something I hadn't expected. For many people, Chiang Mai is not simply a destination. It's a place to rebuild, because behind many of the smiling faces you see in cafes, markets, gyms, temples, and restaurants, there are invisible stories. You may see someone sitting alone with a coffee and assume they're simply enjoying their holiday. But perhaps they're just retired after working for 40 years and no longer know who they are without their career. Perhaps they recently went through a divorce. Perhaps they lost someone they love. Perhaps they're recovering from years of stress and burnout. Perhaps they left their home country because they desperately needed a change. Or perhaps they're simply asking themselves a question many of us eventually ask. Is there still another chapter of my life waiting for me? One of the things I've learned from meeting people here is that starting over doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes starting over is simply waking up one morning and deciding that you no longer want to spend the rest of your life feeling stuck. Sometimes it means buying a one-way ticket. Sometimes it means walking into a meetup where you don't know anyone. Sometimes it means asking for help. And sometimes it means choosing to believe that your life can still become something different. I've met retirees who came to Chiang Mai believing retirement would automatically make them happy. They had spent decades working, raising families, paying bills, taking care of everyone else. Then suddenly, the alarm clock stopped ringing. There were no more meetings, no more deadlines, no job title, no familiar routine. At first, that freedom can feel wonderful. But freedom without purpose can also feel surprisingly empty. Some retirees discover that they didn't only leave their careers behind, they also left behind a major part of their identity. So they begin exploring again. They take Thai lessons classes. They volunteer. They learn photography. They start painting. They join hiking groups. They try pickleball for the first time, padel, yoga, or Muay Thai, kickboxing. They become mentors. They start businesses or creative projects. They discover that retirement doesn't have to mean the end of purpose. It can be the beginning of completely new kind of purpose. I've also met military veterans who came to Thailand searching for peace. For some people, military service ends officially, but the memories and experiences don't simply disappear. After years of structure and responsibility, danger, or constantly being alert, adjusting to ordinary life can be very difficult. Some veterans find comfort here in the slower rhythm. They spend time in nature, they exercise, they visit temples, they develop quieter routines. They connect with people who don't judge them or demand that they explain everything they've experienced. Of course, moving to Chiang Mai doesn't erase the trauma. A beautiful mountain view cannot replace the professional support, therapy, medical care, or the love of people who understand what someone has been through. But sometimes our calmer environment gives people enough space to take the next step. And sometimes that step is simply realizing that they don't have to carry everything alone. I've also met people who are recovering from alcohol or drug addiction. For some, moving to Chiang Mai became part of a much larger decision to change their lives. But a new country by itself is not a cure. Wherever we go, we still bring ourselves with us, our habits, our fears, our pain, and the parts of our past that we haven't yet faced. Real recovery may involve professional treatment, support groups, therapy, faith, accountability, and a great deal of courage. But Chiang Mai can offer something valuable alongside that support. The opportunity to build a healthier daily life. Instead of spending every evening in the same environment and repeating the same patterns, people can begin developing new routines. They train Muay Thai, they exercise, they meditate, they attend recovery meetings or personal development workshops. They join yoga classes. They hike in the mountains. They volunteer. They meet people who are also trying to grow. One healthy decision begins to replace an unhealthy one. One workout, one meeting, one honest conversation, one day of choosing not to return to the life they're trying to leave behind. And slowly, a person's identity begins to change. They stop seeing themselves only as someone who has struggled with addiction. They begin seeing themselves as someone who is recovering, someone who is strong, someone who is building a different future. So why does this seem to happen here? Why is it about Chiang Mai that attracts people who are searching for a new beginning? I think it's because this city offers something that has become very rare in today's world. It gives people permission to slow down. Many of us come from countries where life is constantly moving. Wake up, go to work, fight traffic, meet deadlines, answer messages, pay bills, take care of everyone else, go to sleep, take care of your kids, your family, and then repeat the same thing next day. And living like that for years, we can forget how to simply be present. Here in Chiang Mai, life often feels different. You can wake up to birds instead of traffic. You can spend an hour in a cafe without feeling that someone is rushing you to leave. You can walk around CMU Lake right here, hike the mountains, train Muay Thai, join a yoga class, attend meditation retreat, visit Buddhist temple, participate in a personal development workshop, spend time in nature, or simply sit quietly and watch the sunset. Chiang Mai also developed a large wellness community. There are meditation retreats, mindful workshops, yoga studios, breathwork classes, holistic health centers, creative communities, faith communities, and many different spaces where people are encouraged to slow down and reconnect with themselves. These experiences don't magically erase pain. Meditation doesn't mean you will never feel anxious again. A yoga class doesn't remove the heartbreak. A temple visit doesn't solve every problem. But these experiences can create a pause, a moment in which we stop running, a moment in which we finally hear what is happening inside us. And sometimes that is where healing begins. But if you ask me what the greatest healing power of Chiang Mai is, it isn't the temples. It isn't the mountains. It isn't the weather. Every Thursday when I host my community discussions, I watch complete strangers walk into the room. Some are nervous, some are hesitant to open up, some have only recently arrived in Chiang Mai, some have lived here for years but still feel very lonely. Some arrive full of confidence, others quietly sit at the edge of the room unsure whether they belong. Then something beautiful begins to happen. People start talking. They share where they come from. They share why they moved here. Sometimes they share what they're struggling with. They laugh, they listen, and they begin to realize that they aren't the only ones carrying invisible pain. Phone numbers are exchanged. Coffee plans are made. People start playing pickleball together. Others train Muay Thai. Some go hiking. Some attend workshops or go to church together. Others simply meet for lunch or dinner. I've watched strangers become friends, and I've watched people who arrive feeling completely alone begin to feel that they belong somewhere again. That to me is one of the greatest gifts this city offers. Because healing doesn't always happen while we are sitting alone and trying to solve everything inside our own minds. Sometimes healing happens when another person looks at us and says, I understand you. I've been through something similar. You're not alone. Or simply, you're welcome here. Every meaningful friendship begins with one conversation. Every community begins with someone willing to say hello. And sometimes one conversation is enough to remind a person that their story isn't over. People often ask me, Fran, why do you love Chiang Mai so much? The answer isn't simply because it's affordable. It isn't only because of the food or the scenery or the weather. The real reason is much more personal. When I moved to Chiang Mai just over 2 years ago, I wasn't simply changing countries. I was leaving behind more than 30 years of my life, my career, the familiar surroundings, my routines, my friends and family, everything I had built and everything that felt familiar. I packed my life into 2 suitcases and moved from Israel to a country where I hardly knew anyone. I arrived here alone. Like many of the people I've met, I had to start again. I had to build a new life, a new community, a new sense of purpose. At first, it wasn't easy. There were moments when I questioned my decision, moments of loneliness until today, moments when I wondered whether I had made a mistake, moments when I wondered if I could ever truly belong here. But slowly things began to change. One conversation became a friendship led to another. One video became a YouTube channel. One small meetup gradually became a community that has welcomed hundreds of people over time. And I began creating a life that I couldn't have imagined when I first arrived. Then life taught me another lesson. Recently, I experienced one of the most painful heartbreaks of my life. For a long time, so much of my emotional energy was focused on loving someone else, caring for someone else, and imagining a future with someone else. When that relationship ended, my daily routine changed. The people I saw changed. The way I spent my time changed. Even the way I thought about happiness changed. There were days of overwhelming sadness, anxiety, sleepless nights, and moments when I honestly wondered how I was going to move forward. Healing didn't happen overnight. In fact, I am still healing. But Chiang Mai gave me something I desperately needed. It gave me purpose, gave me community, and it gave me all of you. Creating videos, hosting meetups, meeting incredible people from around the world, playing pickleball, walking around CMU Lake, going to church, spending time in nature, trying new experiences, watching strangers become friends, and slowly learning to enjoy my own company. All of these small moments became part of my healing journey. And I've come to understand that healing is rarely one dramatic breakthrough. It is usually hundreds of small moments. One walk, one prayer, one workout, one meditation, one workshop, one conversation, an act of kindness, one new friend, one morning when you wake up and pain feels slightly less overwhelming than it did the day before. Until one day, you suddenly realize that you're smiling again. Not because you've forgotten your past, not because what happened no longer matters, but because you've started believing in your future. So does Chiang Mai heal people? I don't think it's that simple. Healing comes in many different forms, sometimes through doctors, sometimes through therapists, sometimes through recovery programs, or through faith, or through family or friendship, and sometimes simply through time. But after meeting hundreds of people over the past 2 years, I've come to believe something very deeply. Chiang Mai doesn't heal people. People heal people. Chiang Mai simply creates an environment where healing has room to happen. A place where veterans can begin to find peace, where people recovering from addiction can build healthier routines, where retirees can discover new purpose, where people grieving can begin to find hope, where a person going through a heartbreak can learn to enjoy their own company again, and where people from every corner of the world can remind one another that life doesn't end after trauma, after divorce, addiction, burnout, retirement, or even heartbreak. Sometimes that is exactly where a new life begins. And perhaps that is the hidden healing power of Chiang Mai, not because the city is perfect, not because moving here magically removes our problems, but because it reminds us that no matter where we have been, no matter what we have survived, no matter how lost or broken we may sometimes feel, it is never too late to begin again. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I would love to hear your story. Has there ever been a place, a person, or a community that helped you heal or gave you the courage to begin again? Please share your experience in the comments below. I read every comment, and your story may become someone else's source of hope. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Fran's Fresh Start in Chiang Mai and share it with someone who may need a reminder that a fresh start is always possible. And until next time, take care of yourself, keep your heart open, and remember, sometimes the greatest journey you will ever take isn't across the world. It is a journey back to yourself. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Love you.